presenting for Milwaukee, independent artist that's like moving around doing great things. And that conversation has had a lot of times, but this is a very unique, special conversation because we're talking about a woman. And there's not a lot of women
that's right
repping the way that this woman is repping.
Thank you.
And this is International Women's History Month, and we're having a special event tonight. Most of the events that I ever hit you up about, things I hit you up with, they connected to greater things. It's not just like a hip-hop show or a hip-hop artist, or you know that it's always connected to the community, or it's always connected to something greater, or introducing the youth to something greater. I don't brought my young students up here and everything, so that's really what it comes down to. So this young sister, man, from LA, Riveri, is in the building.
Yes.
She's passing through on her growing season tour. She's been going city to city. She's been doing a lot for a long time, getting it in.
Okay, now when you say growing season, you know, I got to find out, like, you know, what we growing? What we growing? What we growing?
We're growing it all.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing. I mean, it's that's the name of this tour that I'm on right now with Loudon, and it's just been a really, really fun tour.
Okay, you said, okay, now a couple of things that just stood out, you know, okay. The name of the tour, growing season, and then the name of somebody else, Loud, you know what I'm saying? I heard the loud part, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, a couple of things that go with, yeah, I know it was at the end of it, I'm just saying, growing season, loud, and, you get what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I correlate things,
Yeah.
All right, so, what is growing season about? What is growing season about? And welcome to Milwaukee.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. So, Growing Season Tour, it's a name, like the first segment of the tour was me, Loudon, Severe, Vela Wonder, Inzam, Verbal Assault, and Sarah, and basically like all of us kind of brainstorm. We always like tour together like on the West Coast and shit.
Okay.
I mean, can I cut?
Yes,
okay,
yes. All the shit I've been saying, all this motherfucking bullshit that I've been talking about, and then, but I get it, you know. Now, if we were on my other station, WNOV, which would be something that would have to be like later in the evening, just because of the programming that I have set up over there, then you'd have to be like, and, then you would have been like, yeah. We'll be right back after this message. But no, on glowradio.com. Hey, we get to do what we do.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, you good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so basically, like, we all brainstormed on a name, and one of the groups the group that ends this from is called Locally Grown Collective, and they had always liked that name, and they brought it to the table, and they actually mentioned it a couple tours back, but for some reason we didn't use a name, but I always want to use a name, and this was the tour, and I'm glad we saved it, because it's a badass name, and you know, obviously, like, growing season means we're all growing as artists and as people and as humans on this earth and souls, whatever you want to believe in or relate, however you want to relate it to your life, you know, but that's how it came up. Yeah.
Which goes into, what was your inspiration? What made you want to get involved in hip-hop? And then being a female, because it's so sad in the music industry now where when you think about major award shows, all the women get nominated because it's not enough to nominate from. So it's like they only got 4 to 5 people, so all of them automatically get nominated, which is some bullshit. But because I remember the time where, you know, because I'm one of the BET Academy voting members. I got the little books over there. There's one behind your head from. So, you know, they send me the book, and I got to look through. And oftentimes what I do is I have my blowradio.com listeners. I give them the opportunity to say, damn it, we nominated this person. Because, you know, you always see them saying this, and they send me the books, and I look through the pages and pages of people and read them off. Be like, who the hell is that? But, you know, so how, you know, I know the grind has to be a little different. What have you ran into being a female in this male-dominated arena?
Well, let's tell them about the story you just told me standing outside. Let's just go right to it. You on tour?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll tell you the edited version.
Why it gotta be edited? Why does it gotta be edited? Why it gotta be edited?
It's embarrassing, but basically...
No, that's good. This is keeping it real. Let's go. Go ahead.
Well,
we listening.
All right, so
I'm even stop the track in the block.
We rocked Indianapolis last night, and it was fucking live. It was so dope. And then at the end, we were about to jam, and then this fool grabbed my butt. And then so I went up to that fool, I was like, you just fucking grabbed my ass? And he was like, what did he say? Oh, if I did, I didn't mean to. I was like, what the fuck? Until I just clocked him in the side of his face, like, with my bitch slapped him. Like, he moved across the room and shit, like, and I was like, my brother's gonna fuck you up right now. And then I slapped him again, because he tried to act like my brother wasn't gonna do shit. And then my brother came out the bathroom, and that fool just rushed him, and he clipped him in the face, and then everybody started holding everybody back, and then, you know. Wow. Basically.
Okay. So,
that's the sum of the story.
so
what a female
so they done the day's loaf. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Let a nigga try me. Okay, so yeah, you know. I ain't playing with nobody. I got you. You had your own little day's loaf. I'm be like, what? What are some of the other challenges that you see as a female in the game?
I
think a Latino female.
Yeah, I think another challenge would be like that I can't say things that guys could say. Like if a guy's like, oh, I had a menage a trois with twin sisters, you know, he's the man. But if I had a menage a trois with two twin brothers, it would be like, what the fuck is she talking about? You know, like, you know, just shit like that. Like you can't talk about certain things, or else people are gonna look at you a certain way. But if a guy says it, it's like, oh yeah, like nobody notices they're saying it as they're singing along. You know, like Nicki Minaj, for example, says like a bunch of like she says like some sexual shit, you know, but it's cool. I think it sounds cool, you know, like she's just being dope, you know. But a bunch of guys say like way worse shit than she does, and they're like, she's a fucking slut because she says this in her song, and like, I'm like, yeah, but what of all the rappers you listen to, you know, they're saying worse things, and you know, like, but you know, so just things like that, and just I don't know, and then like half the guys like they say they want to work, but they just want to fuck, you know, and then they trip out when you're not gonna go along with their little game, you know, because all the other female rappers they know will do anything, you know, and you won't, and then they're like confused and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So just little things. I mean, it's cool. It's dope. I love it. I love being a female in this game. I love all the females in the game, yeah, those are the few things.
Okay, if you had to try to corral your style of hip hop, where would you corral that? Because I know a lot of times, you know, you run into people be like, well, you know, I'm not this, I'm not that, but you know, if you had to really put together the essence of who you are, what form
of who I am, or what my music is.
Yeah.
Oh, what the kind of hip hop. Okay. I guess I would describe my style as being very lyrical and poetic. Most of my stuff is kind of slow, and I use a lot of like boom bap beats and shit, and I like to use like metaphors and like tell stories, and I like to rap fast, rap slow, harmonize a little bit. You know, I do a little bit of everything. The reason I say that, but I mean everything that I just described right now. My music's not like the music they play at the club. It's more like kick back and listen to it and just chill, you know.
So how have people received your music? Hearing you say that it's definitely a different flavor, and it's not necessarily designed to say, hey, in the club we're gonna just be, you know, just getting it in. You know, how has your reception been with the people who gravitate to your music and that follow you?
I mean, to the people that gravitate towards me, of course they love it, you know, like, I mean, it's usually people that listen to that kind of music, though, you know, like, I guess, like, the people who don't like my music is, like, people who are, like, super, like, hardcore hip-hop heads, and they, like, only listen to the music that was from the 90s, and everything else after the 90s sucks, so, you know, they're not open-minded to anything, like, those are, like, usually the hip-hop haters that hate my music, or that won't, like, even say that it's, like, it's cool, you know, like, you don't have to like it, but, like, I know, like, I'm a good rapper, like, you know, like, it's, you know, it's usually just, like, that kind of shit, but, like, people who do like my music, I mean, they love it.
So, I mean, would you, when you think about artists such as the Nickies, and then, of course, the Little Kim, who, again, a lot of the things that Nicki is doing, you know, is patterned after the hardcore style that Lil Kim did originally, in my opinion. I'm not saying it because she's a good friend of mine, but I'm just saying it because it's true. would you say that you steer away from that, or you know what I mean?
Steer away from
that type of no, that style. There's some people that say, they only playing this on the radio, they only playing that on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So you have some people whose lyrics are more sexual, and some that are just more violent. So do you say that your style, is it a mix of it all? Do you steer away from that, or is that a part of you as well? You know what I mean? Because oftentimes we hear about, well, what's up with the conscious hip hop? Why we can't hear this and why we can't hear that?
Yeah.
Well, oftentimes, again, the listeners don't gravitate to it, and I say that as a program director and music director. I'm one of the few that I give music an opportunity. So I try to give a balance when I program my music and radio. So you may hear some of the hardcore stuff that I'm talking about, but then if there's some new stuff by some underground artists as well as those, if Talib comes out with something, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I keep it balanced. But who are you in the middle of all of that? I mean, are you all of those? Are you got some Nicki in you? You got some conscious? This is going to do something to wake you up?
I guess, most of my shit's, a lot of it's conscious. A lot of it's just really just my poems, honestly. I just talk about my life. I would say my shit's really poetic, honestly. It's not like anything that would be on the radio, honestly.
Well, in the concept, and I guess that's where I'm trying to go, because I like to expose people to artists that some radio just wouldn't expose those artists to. And again, I've been blessed to be in this industry and in this game in a very powerful position. Like, I can like your music. If I like it, I can go and say, I'm putting that in rotation today. I don't have to go to the music meeting and go through what y'all think. No, I'm like, I'm playing this. Yeah. So on that level, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to know. So I need to know if I'm adding something that's going into rotation on that kind of level.
Yeah.
Okay. Also want to say too, man, another powerful segue is the fact that her brother is a DJ/producer.
Okay.
And just
I've been waiting to see if he was going to say something. He just sit there, he
got the mic and chill.
You got to turn the button on. You're DJ.
fake DJ right here. Well, yeah, I go by Loudon. I'm a Reveries DJ, producer, brother, bodyguard.
Okay. Yeah, so we heard. So we heard.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us a little bit more, man. How long you been DJing? And
I've been DJing probably for like a year and a half, and then making beats 4 years. Okay. And I started recording her probably like 5 years ago. Okay. And we've just been at it since. It's like a little team. Got a little team going. We started from a little mixtape that we didn't know was gonna do shit, but came out to be something dope. So we just kept at it, and we're all the way in the Midwest from LA.
Yeah. So, how has the tour been going from your perspective? Being the DJ and all of the roles that you have. So I always say that everybody kind of gets a different viewpoint or vantage point of what's going on, because her as the artist and then you as the DJ, you get a certain type of energy that, you know what I mean, that, like, hold on, y'all not ready for my sister yet, basically, you know what I mean? So what has your vantage point been with this tours?
Now that you say that, like, it's kind of like I kind of watch everything from the back.
Right.
She's like, I'm in the back, she's in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool. Like, I like seeing everyone's reactions, and it's cool that I get to be a part of that. But it's, what am I trying to say? It's like, it's cool that I'm a part of it, and I like all the acknowledgement that she gets, and it's kind of like for me too, but I appreciate it, Like, this is dope. I don't know. This is a lot.